Hey, 42 here. If you're traveling deep in the American Midwest, through the barren plains of Nebraska, you'll pass a tiny collection of buildings. All but one of them are abandoned and decaying. You'll probably pass by and think nothing more about it. But this is the smallest town in all of America, with a grand population of just one, Elsie Island. Monowai is the only officially incorporated municipality in the United States with a population of just one. Sure, you may know a weird friend who moved out of his mother's basement into a mobile home in the forest because he thinks the government have tapped his phone and put a camera in his box of Cheerios, but that doesn't count. Unlike Monowai, your crazy friend's trailer is not officially a town. But Monowai wasn't always so tiny. It was once a thriving town. A small town, but a town nonetheless. Monowai was founded in 1902 by European settlers from the Czech Republic. It reached its peak in the 1930s when it boasted a handsome population of 150. There was even a high school in Monowai. But the draw of the big city and the jobs it offers was too great, and one by one, the city's younger residents moved away from Monowai, including Elsie's own children. By the late 1900s, all that was left was Elsie and her husband, Rudy. Despite there only being the two of them, they had a nice little place to call home. Rudy ran the local library, and Elsie ran the tavern. Now you might be wondering why a town with a grand population of two needs a library and a tavern, but the two establishments get quite a lot of custom from passing travellers and visiting farmers from nearby towns, who are probably quite thankful to stumble across Elsie's one-woman beer shack, because this is the middle of absolutely nowhere after all. Unfortunately, in 2004, half of the town of Monowai tragically died. Rudy sadly passed away, and so the town sign had to be changed from a population of two to just one. But good old Elsie, as devastated as she was, continued running the tavern and library all by herself, and still does to this day. She spends most of her days socialising with the vast assortment of visitors that pass through the town and stop for one of her famous homemade burgers. But it doesn't stop there. Since Elsie is Monowai's only resident, she is also the self-elected town mayor, as well as bartender and librarian. Running a town is no small feat. Certain legal obligations have to be met, even if it is only just for one person. Elsie has to pay herself taxes, and she has to grant herself her own yearly liquor license to run the tavern. She also has to produce a municipal road plan every year to secure state funding to keep its 4 streetlights running. Monowai must be the only town in America where you can get served a burger and a beer by the town mayor. Or maybe not, because 30 minutes down the road from Monowai is a little town called Gross. Yeah, seriously, someone named a town Gross. Gross is twice the size of Monowai with a grand population of 2. Man and wife, Mary and Mike Finnegan, are the town's only residents. And just like Elsie of Monowai, they run a tavern, and Mike is also self-elected town mayor. Gross and Monowai are representative of a larger problem going on all across the Great Plains of America. People are rapidly abandoning small towns in search of better jobs and opportunities in large cities. Large chain stores are also eradicating the need for farms. But Elsie is staying strong and stubbornly refuses to move, despite the fact that she actually lives in a ghost town. A few years ago, this is one of the town's main streets, now overgrown with vegetation. The local church is boarded up and all the houses except Elsie's are decaying into the ground. She likes to have a laugh with herself though. The Monowai Inn advertises the coldest beer in town. Yeah, it's also the only beer in town. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the weirdest city in Alaska, Whittier. But Whittier is the city that forgot how to city, because it is home to just 220 people. There are hidden oil wells all over Los Angeles. These secret oil wells are hidden right in plain sight. Some are next to schools and shopping malls,